showtime.
Well, hello everyone. Welcome to the show if you're new around here. I am your host, Robert, a.k.a. The Tall Man. This is my lovely wife, Lisa, and co-host, a.k.a. Mrs. Tall Man. Not that anyone ever calls her that. We are coming to you live from Tall Man Mobile somewhere here in Ohio for the last time because tomorrow we're on our way back to Central Florida to get ready for the Star of the Seas.
Yay!
But tonight, we've got news and news and news and tons of news. Lots of disturbing trends going on in the industry, and we are going to talk about it. But first, before we get to the news, we've got to show you a little bit of balcony cam.
Yay!
That's our favorite balcony cam shot off of the reflection with the beautiful moon shining off the water. What an amazing view. Hopefully, you all were with us when we did that. If not, you have a little view from the past. So we have tons of news to get to. We're going to say hello to each and every one of you after the news. We appreciate you being here. We're going to ask things of you during the news, so stay with us. So without further ado, let's get to the news.
Here's the latest cruise news with your host, the Tall Man.
So, Royal Caribbean is receiving a lot of pushback from Mexico with their upcoming Perfect Day Mexico plans. There's been a petition with nearly 300,000 signatures for them to be a little bit more clear with things that are going to go on. They want some more environmental studies. They're a little bit worried about pollution, water consumption, and a bunch of other things. So, at the moment, not so perfect at Perfect Day in Mexico, but I'm sure they will work it out. Next in the news, the MSC World Asia lost power, and that created some propulsion issues. They had to call the Coast Guard. This was over in Italy, in the waters of Italy, so they called the Italian Coast Guard. They sent some tugs over. In the end, it took them about 8 hours to restore propulsion. There was services on board. The backup generators kicked in, and so none of the services on board were affected, but it wasn't moving. So it did take 8 hours. They got the main power generators back online. However, because of which they were late getting to port, which means they ended up having to skip the next port, which was Mykonos. The next cruise is going to be unaffected, and ultimately the ship has been fixed. Next in the news this week, NCL is getting sued. A lawsuit has been filed from an incident that happened last year in Bermuda at Horseshoe Bay. For any of you who have been to Bermuda before, you can see the picture there. That is a picture of Horseshoe Bay. It is a very popular tourist destination. Unfortunately, on this particular day, there was some rip currents going on, and a father who was there with his wife, two of his children, and his mother, if I remember the story correctly, went into the water to actually save someone else who was caught in the rip current, and he himself ended up getting caught in the rip current and eventually drowning. Anyway, the family has issued a lawsuit, or has submitted a lawsuit to NCL for their negligence in this shore excursion and not being more clear about the dangers. They present this as being a level 1 excursion with no strenuous this, that, or whatever. Ultimately, we personally believe that it's up to the locals, if you will, the lifeguards, to post appropriate signs, not necessarily the cruise lines, but I'm sure that will all come out in the lawsuit. Either way, our thoughts and prayers are to the family of this gentleman from a year ago. Obviously, the wounds are still fresh as they are filing a lawsuit. Next in the news, Celebrity has issued a press release with their godmother of the Celebrity Excel, which is launching here in just a few months. This is, I'm going to probably not get the name right, and I apologize, Janena Torres. She is a world-renowned chef from Brazil, and she has been named the godmother of the Celebrity Excel. Next, another disturbing trend. Here's a picture of a little girl sitting on her balcony, or I should say standing on her balcony, on a cruise ship, standing on top of a table, which puts her waist right about at the level of the handrail. To me, what is more disturbing is the parent who is sitting there in the chair, allowing her to do so. For those who follow cruise news, which I'm sure are many of you, there are so many people who have been going overboard these days. Some voluntarily, some mistakenly, some because they are drunk. In the end, with a child this age, they should not be standing on a table. Parents, please, if a child falls over, it is more than likely not going to end in a positive manner. Please, 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 parents, keep your children off the furniture on your balconies. Moving on in the news, the Liberty of the Seas is having an additional itinerary change on the current cruise that is sailing. The first part of the cruise was affected because of Hurricane Erin. In fact, we're going to be talking about Hurricane Erin a little bit more here in the news in just a little bit. But this sailing was a 9-day sailing out of Bayonne, New Jersey. And it was supposed to go to several ports, Bermuda being one of them, but because of Hurricane Erin, they had to divert elsewhere. But also because of Hurricane Erin, they had to stay in port in Bayonne before they actually left, which caused them such a time delay, they weren't able to get all the way down to St. Martin. So there's only one port of call of the original 4 ports of call left on their cruise. They have been issued onboard credits from $150 to $400, depending on the cabins. Moving forward with some more Royal Caribbean news, Utopia of the Seas is overbooked, and they have issued and sent out an email to people who are leaving on the cruise today. And it was such a good offer, a lot of people thought it might have been a scam. It is not. Cruise lines frequently will overbook based upon algorithms that certain people are not going to show up, certain people are going to cancel last minute, so they overbook. In this case, well, the algorithm didn't work, and not enough people canceled. And so the offer was pretty good. For those who were in balcony cabins, if you chose to downgrade to an ocean view, you would have received a 50% back on your cruise fare that you spent. So you only cruise for 50% and a little bit of onboard credit. If you agreed to downgrade to an inside cabin, you would have gotten a 100% cruise fare refund. So essentially you would have gotten a cruise for free as well as some onboard credit. So yes, when you see those officially from the cruise lines, if you have any doubt, just call your travel agent and or the cruise lines directly to make sure that it is legitimate. Moving forward, the Carnival Conquest. It was supposed to be in dry dock, but it had to postpone dry dock until January, because of which they added a few cruises. But they added them for adults only. It's an adult-only cruise. This is more for their casino-type players, which ultimately are mostly elite and diamond status type passengers. Well, because there's so many passengers on these cruises, they have sent a letter out letting people know that some of the perks are just not going to be available. These to include priority embarkation and debarkation, early stateroom access, priority luggage delivery. These are just not going to be available on the cruises from now through the end of September. So if you are going to be on the Carnival Conquest, please make sure to check your email or call the travel agent that you booked the cruise with or the cruise line to confirm these for your cruise. Speaking of Carnival, Mark Hugh, one of our favorite cruise directors, we got to sit down and interview him. Fantastic gentleman. Upped the ante a little bit with their St. Jude fundraising. For those of you who have never been on Carnival, during one day of the cruise, they usually will have a fundraiser. You donate a little bit of money, you get a t-shirt, and a big thank you. Carnival has been partners with St. Jude for a very, very long time, and so far has raised over $33 million for that charity. Well, in this case, this gentleman that is in the picture with Mark Q donated $2,000. And part of this challenge was, Mark Hughes said, and I will wear the smallest shirt that I can get myself into. And thus the picture shows that both he and the gentleman who made the donation wore the smallest shirts they could get themselves into. So congratulations to this gentleman for your donation to such a great charity, and Mark Hughes for stepping it up a notch. Moving forward, another interesting story. The CEO of Harding Plus. For those who don't know, Harding Plus manages stores on board cruise ships. In fact, over 300 stores on 12 different cruise lines. Their CEO, Chris Matthews, went sort of on a CEO undercover trip on 2 different cruises, didn't tell anybody, booked himself just as a passenger, and went in and kind of mystery shopped to see what was happening, talked to some additional guests about their experience, again, sort of undercover, and in the end, learned a lot about what's going on the ship. Generally speaking, it is all good. But I thought it was fantastic that a CEO would come out of the office, if you will, and unannounced, just cruise to see what's really going on in the field. So congratulations, Chris. I applaud you. What a great deal. Absolutely. Moving forward in the news. So, first of all, this is a fake picture. This is not real. But this is a picture that's going viral right now. Somebody took the Carnival luggage mat. For those of you who have not been on Carnival before, when you get into your cabin for the first time, the mat, this is a picture that you see, unpack and choose, it's laying on the bed so you can set your luggage on the bed so potentially dirt and grease from the luggage doesn't get on the comforter or the linens of the bed. Well, some people think, and I don't know why, that it's laid out for them to pack when they leave. And people take it. We've seen pictures of people in airports using it as blankets. We've seen all kinds of funny pictures. In this particular case, somebody raised it up with their flag. Well, first of all, it is a fake picture. But it did bring back a lot of turmoil, if you will, about people taking these. If you go on a Carnival cruise and you see these, they are not souvenirs. They are not to be taken. They are there for you to set your luggage on so you don't get any kind of dirt or grease on the comforter. So, folks, there you go. It's not a flag. Next, the Allure of the Seas in a sailing. I believe that just left. It just left on the 21st. To much of the surprise of the people getting on board, the Solarium Bistro is closed. Now, it's closed because there is a group on board that is part of the Fresh Kosher Cruises. And so that area of the ship, the Solarium Bistro, has been sanitized, if you will, to prepare nothing but kosher meals. So it is not open to the public. So obviously, the cruise lines did not tell anybody, and they're not actually, they do not have to notify anybody of this closure, but just there was a lot of people who got on board that found out that the Solarium Bistro was closed and were not very happy about it. But I would like to add, I do applaud them for taking this particular location or any location of a ship for a group, and in this particular case that just serves kosher food, and sanitizing it to allow them to do nothing but kosher meals. I think that is brilliant. So bravo, Royal Caribbean. Next, Port Canaveral, our favorite cruise port, is raising its price to park. It's going to be effective October 1st. It's going from $17 for a car up to $20. So it is being raised by $3. So if you like sailing out of Port Canaveral and you didn't hear this news, please know that it is no longer $17 as of October 1st. It's going to be $20. Next in the news, Margaritaville at Sea has issued back out their Paradise Pass. It's called the Ultimate Paradise Pass. Pass. Sorry, everybody. Sometimes the lips and the brain just don't work. Yeah. So for those who are Margaritaville at Sea fans, the Ultimate Paradise Pass is an amazing thing. There are 2 of them. There's one called the Silver and one called the Gold. What this does is it allows you to sail unlimited, with some restrictions, which we'll go over for a minute, between now and the end of 2026. Isn't that amazing? So the Silver Pass starts at $7.99. The Ultimate Pass starts at $14.99. The pass is good for 1 person and a guest. Remember, the Silver Pass is mostly geared towards the 2 and 3 day cruises, the Gold Pass for the cruises that are up to 7 days. So respectfully, the Silver Pass is more for the Paradise, the Gold Pass is more for the Islander. In the end, it covers the cost of the cabin. You still need to pay for the port charges and taxes, gratuities, and anything else that you may add. Additionally, you cannot cruise consecutively. So once you book a cruise, which can be done no earlier than 30 days. So these are for last minute bookings. So this is great for people who live close to Florida. Once your sailing is complete, you can book again. So in other words, you can't just book, 27 cruises in a row. Right? So you can cruise, and then once you get off the cruise, you can book another one. But you must get off the ship. You cannot go back to back to back to back to back. All right. That being said, there's some other perks from casino credits to discounts, to include discounts for third and fourth passengers. It is a great plan, we feel. What do you think? Leave it in the chat. Would this be a great thing for you? We want to hear your opinion. There has been a death on the Marella Voyager. That is a cruise line over in Europe. A small cruise line, European. I believe they have 5 ships. The Marella Voyager was in Europe. It was a 83-year-old man who died in the pool of the ship. He died of natural causes. There's no foul play. And in the end, I do not believe he even drowned. He had a heart attack. But these things do happen on ships. But we just wanted to bring that to you. And our thoughts and prayers are to this man's family and those he left behind. The Carnival Sunshine in the news. Well, not really the Carnival Sunshine, but 2 of these 3 people just recently got off the Carnival Sunshine. They got to cruise because they were pushing fraudulent credit cards. They were using gift cards. So they had faked another Brazilian credit card and bought prepaid credit cards with that fake card. In the end, those 2 were arrested upon getting off the cruise ship. The third person was also part of the scheme, was also arrested the same day. In total, they have scammed over $30,000 using this credit card, gift card scam. Carnival Panorama, speaking of Carnival, took on some damage. It was out west in the Bay of California, and a severe storm came up, and they took some heavy winds aside to the side of the ship, and they had a pretty substantial tilt, causing lots of dishes to fall off tables, different things to tip over. You can see here in the store. So it caused lots of damage, flooding. Some of the areas of the ship took on some water. In the end, the ship itself is fine. These areas were cleaned up. The flooding was drained, all the carpets cleaned, if you will, and there was no impact on its sailing, the one that they were on or the next one. But weather sometimes will creep up. And though captains do their best to steer around it, sometimes they just blow up and become bigger than they are on radar, and it happens fast. And that is what happened in this particular case. I'm sure for the passengers that were on board, it was pretty scary because the tilt, which was pretty substantial, lasted for about 30 seconds before they were able to correct it. Excuse me. Now, speaking of Hurricane Aaron actually impacted 21 cruise ships. We talk a lot about hurricanes, obviously, during hurricane season because, well, there's a lot of people that cruise to Bermuda, but more so in the Caribbean and the Bahamas. And depending on where the storms are and the storm tracks are, this affects itineraries. Now, there's some other news pieces which we'll get into here, but I'll probably cover them now as well. If you are on a cruise ship and it diverts because of a hurricane, you are not going to get a refund. More than likely, you're not going to get onboard credit. If you choose to not go on the cruise because there's a hurricane, you are not going to be reimbursed. The only way you're going to be reimbursed is if the cruise line themselves cancel the cruise line. Now, in this case, the 21 ships that are affected by Aaron were the Vision of the Seas, Liberty of the Seas, Freedom of the Seas, Harmony of the Seas, Symphony of the Seas, Utopia of the Seas, the Celebrity Beyond, the Enchanted Princess, Island Princess, the Disney Treasure, Carnival's Sunshine, Mardi Gras Vista, Elation, Venezia, the MSC World America, the NCL Gem Aqua Jewel, the Zweeterdam, and the Valiant Lady. They all had itinerary changes to get around and move away from the storm, which is the correct thing to do because safety first for the passengers, for the crew, and most importantly, for the ship. So if you're going to be cruising in hurricane season, please know that if there's a hurricane in the way, the cruise is going to go. It just may go somewhere else. And as far as we are concerned, lovely Lisa, who's still sitting there, that's just fine with us. But I know some people that have been planning a long time for their vacation and the specific ports that the cruises go to, because a lot of people choose that itinerary that the ship is going to for specific ports of call. And I know that hurts a lot of people and is very upsetting, but safety first. You cannot cruise through a hurricane. Not the best of ideas. All right, why did that screen pop up there? All right, shall we talk about some fighting? That seems to be never ending. There's been another brawl on a Carnival ship. The ship has not been named. This one was in the Lido Buffet, and it's been unconfirmed, but people that were present said this was over some chicken tenders. I don't get it. Wrong thing. No, wrong thing. I don't know. Where is it? Where's my crickets? There they are. A fight over chicken tenders. So I also understand from people that were on the ship, excuse me, that tensions with this group were sort of up for a lot of the crews. So I think this was just the chicken tenders was just the excuse to let loose. In the end, Carnival's not commented over about it, didn't mention the ship, or any penalties or fines that any of these people received. They could be received up to $500 in fines as well as permanent bans from the cruise line, which personally is what I hope happens. But that's just me. What do you think? Should they be banned for life? Leave it in the chat. Next, the Sun Princess crew member went overboard. When the news first broke, it was a man or woman, or they always say man overboard, even if it's a woman, but it's a person overboard. In this case, it turned out to be a crew member. And because of which, the Sun Princess has been working with local authorities. They are over in Europe. They're working with the Turkish authorities. They have stayed on site, which means they missed their next port, which would have been Mykonos, to do a search for this crew member. Unfortunately, the crew member has not been found as of the time of this article being written and as of this moment. So our thoughts and family go to the family of this crew member. We hope he was able to make it somewhere, but because land was not far, but he has not been found. So another sad story in the news this week. Moving on, Star of the Seas had its naming ceremony. It was supposed to be Donna Summers, but she backed out last minute, and instead they got Kelly Girardi. She's an influencer, not sort of like we are or in the cruise industry, but in the aeronautical industry. She's actually gone up to space on one of the, oh my gosh, not Virgin. What's the other one, Lisa?
I'm drawing a blank.
Yeah. Anyway.
I read it and I can't remember.
I know. They just had a big naming ceremony, and so that just happened the other day. We're going to be on there in just a couple days, so we'll talk about that here when we're done with the news. But yes, the naming ceremony has taken place. Carnival. Let's talk about a Coke update. Everybody wants Coke on Carnival now, so let's give you an update. So far, the following ships are now serving Coke products. The Carnival Breeze, Celebration, Conquest, Dream, Elation, Horizon, Liberty, Luminosa, Magic, Paradise, Radiance, Sunshine, Panorama, and the Valor. So for you Coca-Cola fans, those ships are currently serving Coca-Cola products. The rest of them will come online shortly. Next in the news, President and CEO of NCL abruptly steps down. This is a picture of David Herrera. He joined NCL as president and CEO April of 2023. So a very short tenure there. No reasons as why he stepped down were given. And the president and CEO of NCL Holdings has stepped in the interim. That is Harry Sommer, who used to have that position before he was elevated to the CEO of NCL Holdings. So the search is going on for a new CEO, but ultimately David has stepped down and has stepped down without notice. VAV back in the news, they have implemented a new program. It's called the Golden Passport. They are offering age-specific pricing for their ship, which I find very interesting. It starts off as low as $99,999 and goes up to, well, I don't know where it ends. I apologize. Now, with this pass, you can cruise unlimited, food's included, internet is included, beer and wine during dinner, as well as medical checkups. However, it is age-based. The $100,000 price tag that I read, that is for somebody 90 and above. And it is for the lowest category cabin, which is a porthole window down on deck 2. Now, you can upgrade, of course, that costs a little more money. But for example, if I remember correctly, someone around the age of 60, the price was around $279,000. So for those looking to sail full-time and become residents at sea with the rest of the Villa V fans, go check out their website. All that information is on there about the specifics and all the guidelines and things about the Golden Passport. But I find it pretty cool. But if you think about it, it's a 15-year pass, or should I say they list it as unlimited. And so for $300,000, you can sail for life. Now, there are monthly fees you would have to pay, right? Your association fees, if you will. But ultimately, I think it's an interesting idea and concept. So go check it out. The Golden Passport. So we mentioned the Conquest and the lack of perks, or some perks, for some of the sailings that are going on now through September, because they had to add these cruises because the Conquest was supposed to be in dry dock, but it got postponed until January. Well, actually, it's been postponed a second time. It's now been pushed to February. So they're probably going to be adding some more cruises in January because they don't want it sitting around doing nothing. And for those who've been impacted by the February dry dock, those cruises, they're receiving either just 100% refund to include any shore excursions you booked, or you can book a similar cabin with the price protected on a similar sailing for free. It just moves over. So call your travel agent and or Carnival directly. There's another death here, a couple American citizens in an Italian port, Livorno. We believe the ship was Cunard's, the Queen Victoria. It was in port that day. It was an 83 and an 84-year-old couple. They had just gotten off a shore excursion and were walking back to the ship when a bus that was backing up struck them. The wife, who, if I remember correctly, was 83 years old. She passed away. The husband, who is 84, is in critical condition. Our thoughts and prayers go out to them. For the husband, hope he heals, and to their family for their loss. There's been some further information about the 2 deaths that happened a week ago in Celebration Key. As I mentioned, a lot of horrible trends in the industry, deaths and overboards and fights seem to be the message the past couple weeks. In this case, the 2 deaths at Celebration Key were completely unrelated and happened in different areas of the park, if that's what you want to call it. One happened at the beach. The gentleman had been snorkeling, and he was 79 years old. He was found unresponsive. They tried CPR, but could not bring him back. The second happened in the lagoon, which is their pool. This was a 74-year-old woman, and it happened much later in the day. Both passengers from different ships as well. One was on the Mardi Gras, the other one was on the Elation. And so autopsies will be done. I don't know if it'll be published to the cause of death, but ultimately no foul play is expected in this particular incident, and there's no both of these incidents are just not related. Explorer Journeys has a new brand ambassador. what you're looking at there, that is Yannick Sinner. He is a pro tennis player, and he has been named brand ambassador for Explorer Journeys. So congratulations to Explorer Journeys for your new brand ambassador. Some new artwork has been posted for the Carnival Festival, their new water park. There are 6 water slides and all kinds of other things. If you haven't seen it yet, we wanted to bring that to you here. 6 different water slides. There's one of them which is called the Dueling Racing Currents slide, which is kind of cool. There's some mini racers. So there's slides for all ages, from adults down to children. There's also a water play park. There's some shaded areas. But in this area, they're also going to have some nighttime water activities with a DJ out there and some things that they just have not done with any of their pools before. So I'm looking forward to seeing this when the ship comes out in 2027. The Hawaiian government has issued a reduction in cruising over the next 10 years. By year 2030, cruise stops to the Hawaiian Islands are going to be reduced by 50%. By year 2035, by 75%. So if you've ever wanted to take a cruise to Hawaii, our suggestion is you do it quickly, because I promise you prices are going to go up because the availability of cruises is going to go down. The only thing this is not going to affect is the Pride of America from NCL, who is docked there full time. So if it is your dream to sail to Hawaii, please look to book before 2030, or the costs are going to be much, much higher. And last but not least, for you Disney fans out there, Disney has released itineraries for the fall of 2026 into 2027. And lo and behold, there's going to be a bunch more sailings out of San Diego and Galveston. So for those of you Disney fans who are out west or even in the middle of the country, Danny Mac and a lot of you guys watching there, the Carnival Wonder, the Disney Wonder, the Disney Wonder is going to be coming to town eventually. And so congratulations for them on extending their presence in both the West Coast and Galveston. So that's that. Let's talk a little bit about weather, shall we? Let's get the weather up and running here because, well, actually there's not a lot to talk about weather. So out in the Atlantic and Caribbean Basin, except for Tropical Storm Ferdinand, which is really not bothering anything right now and going to be fizzling out, there's nothing to report currently. This is good news. In the Pacific and western part of the world, there is Tropical Storm Juliet, which is heading away from land, but I'm sure some of the seas will be a little bit rougher for those of doing Mexican Riviera. This area over here, this first one, you see the mouse moving right there? That is disturbance number 1. It has only a 30% chance of development, and this other storm over here, disturbance number 2, only has a 20% chance of development. So all in all, weather is currently looking calm. So there's your news and weather for the week ending 2024. We do it tall man style.
Whoop, 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 whoop. Filming Tom and Style.
Well, there you go, everybody. How are y'all doing? Welcome to the show. Thank you all for being with us. We appreciate each and one of you being here. Thank you all for the thumbs up.
Thank you.
Yep. And if you haven't subscribed yet, do us a huge favor. Hit that subscribe button. Become part of the Tall Man Clan. It's free to you. It costs you absolutely nothing. We do all kinds of things cruising. One of the biggest things we do is we review the crap out of some cruise ships. Differently than anyone else does, or at least that's our opinion. We walk every deck 360 degrees from the bottom of the ship all the way to the top of the ship, and we do it in real time. In fact, we've started to do it in 360.
Yes. Yes,
so
we did.
We've done that with the Ovation of the Seas as well as the Margaritaville at Seas, and we're about to do it on the Star of the Seas. Woohoo!
Yes. Looking forward to it.
So we're going to be there on Sunday, right? For the original maiden voyage. I don't know how many cruises have been going on now. They're all preview cruises. Yeah, so we booked the inaugural / maiden voyage, and of course the ship was completed early. Mm-hmm. And so, like true fashion these days, they launched it early and added cruises in front. Yeah. So anyway, so let's say hello to everybody.
Sounds good.
We'll talk more about stuff.
Yes.
What's up, Macrina? How are you doing?
Hey.
Good to see you. Ahoy, Jarrett. I'm glad you're ready for some good stuff. Hopefully you heard some good stuff tonight. Some of it was good and interesting, but just a lot of sad news, man. A lot of death and stupidity.
Yeah.
Right? Just, fighting over chicken tenders and
kids standing up on balconies.
On the table?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yes, bringing the funk to break up the Irish rebel songs. I'm going to have to find one. I'm going to play that for you next, when we get on the ship. Irish music for you. What's up, Patricia? Good to see you. What's up, Robert, Lisa? Good. Yes, Roderick Hawkins. Good to see you, buddy. How you doing? And Gina. Jared's like, T-minus 102 days till you sail to Celebration Key. We've got 74 days to the group cruise and 5 days for the Star of the Seas.
Yes.
Woohoo. We're excited. Right. What's up, Bev? How are you doing? Mama Tall Man is counting down the days. How are you doing, Mama Tall Man? Good to see you. Tom, how are you doing? Good to see you as well. Ohio. That's right. Karina says, we may pass each other tomorrow as you leave Ohio and I travel too for a few hours. Man, maybe. You never know.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, no, I don't know, depending on where you're traveling. That being said, we're going to stream the drive live.
Yep. Gonna do it.
Get those extra batteries ready for your phone, because
the nightlight's going to be turned on.
We got a 1,000-mile drive. We're going to take you with us.
Yes.
I think we're going to be leaving around, 5 or 6 or 7 or something like that. So, we're going to stream it tomorrow night. So that means, you know what that means? It means Lisa's back in the truck with me.
Yay.
I am so happy about that.
Me too.
Hello, Elaine. How are you doing? Alex, happy Monday to you. Hope everyone is having a great week so far. Well, it's an early start, right? Just Monday.
Yeah.
We hope you had a great previous weekend. Most people are back at work, but anyway. Yep, sign me up for the free inside cabin if I was on Icon, right? I would have taken that instantly.
Yes.
I would have taken it. Let's have that money back.
Yeah.
Ashley's late. I'm late, but I'm here. I'm driving, so just listening while I'm driving. Well, would you like some driving music? Okay, that's enough driving music for you. All right. Hello, Dr. Shree. How are you doing? Antonio. Hello, everyone. It looks like the parent was holding a phone, maybe taking a photo of the girl on the table of the balcony. That's just good parenting. I know, right? I just, that picture shocked the living crap out of me.
Right?
Yeah.
Things you don't want to see your kids doing. Yeah.
Mama Tallman says, I like that pass that Margaritaville is offering. We do too. We think it's a great deal.
Yeah.
I mean, it starts off at an inside cabin, but you can, upgrade, if you will. Or you can take the inside cabin, and when you get to port, if there are other cabins available, first come, first served basis, they will upgrade you. That is part of it.
Okay.
But yeah, for $799 for essentially for the paradise, but for $14.99. There are some blackout dates. The best thing to go is go to their website and check it all out. But it's on there. You go over to the left where it says offers, and then you'll see the pass there, and all the information is there. But I went and read the fine print, and that's where I figured out, well, you still have to pay for port charges and taxes and things like that. So, but the room charges are covered. I looked up our cruise when we were just recently on there, which I think was a 6-day. I don't remember how long it was, but our port charges and taxes were like $180 a piece. But we were there on a buy one get one free promotion, so I don't know if that works with the pass or not. So there are some things even in the guidelines or the FAQ that aren't answered. So just give them a call if you're interested and ask. I mean, I think it's a great program.
Yeah, it sounds very intriguing, doesn't it?
Yeah, especially if you live close, right?
Yeah.
Get on a cruise for 4, 5, 6, 7 days. Because the Islander is now doing some longer itineraries as well. Again, there are some blackout dates, not many, but some blackout dates. And then you can get off the ship. And if you're retired or have nothing else to do, you can get back on a week later.
Yeah.
Or 4 days later.
Yeah, 4 days later.
It is also based upon last minute booking.
It is. And the 4 days, of course, is for the Homeland...
the security clearance. Yep.
The security clearance.
Yep.
Thank you.
Anyway. What's up, Valerie? Good to see you. Patricia says, someone cut the line for chicken tenders, maybe. I don't know. Either that or we've seen this happen a lot, and people get, upset that, there's, 8, 10, 12 pieces or something left, and one person walks up and takes a plate and literally piles it all on. And 9 times out of 10, we see that same plate with 90% of the food still on it later.
Yeah.
Who
We
knows
see
what
that a
caused
lot.
it? And we don't know for sure if it was the chicken tenders. It just was somebody that was there that said they were fighting over chicken tenders.
That's
but
the
I
last
don't know.
straw.
That's the last chicken tender.
Right.
What's up, little one-on-one? How are you doing? What? Paradise has Coke? Let me clear the line right quick. Right? Let's go. Let's not fight over the Coke, though. Woohoo! So excited. I can't wait to see your review of the Stars of the Seas. I know. We're excited to go. So we're switching gears. Got to start. Well, first of all, we got to make the drive first.
Right.
1,000 miles back to Florida. Then it's, charging up all the camera equipment and microphones and getting ready. And got my patches ready to go. And just we got to pack. And it's been a little bit. It's funny because normally we have like 4 months of work schedule, and then we just cruise nearly back to back to back to back to back for a couple of months, and then it's back to work for another 4-ish months, and then we cruise nearly nonstop for a couple more months. And so we just sort of stay packed for the 2-month time period, because we're literally either going from ship to ship to ship, or we're only home for a day or two and then on another one. Yeah. So this spring was interesting for us because we'd be home for like a week and a half, or sometimes even 2 weeks before we went on another one, but not quite enough to unpack, but not enough to sort of stay packed either.
We were just kind of in flux the whole time. What do we do? Do we keep this stuff in the suitcase? Do we put it away?
I know. So anyway, everything's been unpacked, and so now we sort of got to put it all back together again. But that's the fun of it, right? Alex says, cheers from Ohio. Yes, well, we're still in Ohio right now ourselves.
We are, yes.
At least for another, 18 hours, 19, 20 hours, something like that.
Right?
Steph from Sean and Steph, YouTubers, will be on the Star of the Seas too. Excellent. We'll look for them. We'll have to check them out. Woohoo. Nightlight will be there. Awesome.
Yes.
Kathy P. Greetings from Arizona, Kathy P. How are you doing? I enjoyed your on-the-road live streams last year, so this year should be fun. Kudos to you for doing all those long miles. Safe travels. Thank you, Kathy P. Well, we're going to be on tomorrow night.
Yes.
Again, 5, 6, 7-ish, something like that. We haven't 100% dialed it in. It's actually more about getting through Charlotte before morning traffic. So we just got to back up the time and figure it out. But we'll be heading back tomorrow. Oh, they're going down with the Coke. Jack and Coke is on. I know, right? How is Pal doing? Hal and Pal. We haven't used Hal or Pal in a while. We haven't named these guys yet.
No.
We told you we got a new camera.
Yeah.
And for those going on the group cruise, you'll see them, Patricia. So it's not a pan tilt zoom camera though, so I can't,
we can't
show you
turn
anything.
it.
It's just there.
Yeah.
So anyway, but I don't know about anything else. We
We
literally
haven't taken them out in a while.
No,
Yeah.
because we've been breaking in the new camera here. It's been a minute since it has been a couple of months. I mean, look, there's worse things in the world. There's a lot of people that can't say it's only been a couple months since our last cruise. A lot of people only get to do it once a year or once every couple years. So we feel privileged that we've been able to take so many.
Yes, we do.
And we've said this before to the Tall Man Clan that is there. If you're new and watching, the cruise lines don't pay us to go. They don't give us free cabins. They don't give us free nothing, right? So every cruise, and we're not travel agents. So every single cruise we've been on since we've started this channel, we've paid for every part of it, from gratuities to everything else, right? So I think when we were on Margaritaville at Sea, the hotel director got us a couple cocktails,
And I got
and
I
you
got
got
the
free internet.
Free internet, yes.
So
Yes, because he had already paid for it,
Yeah.
and I didn't have it, and so they're like,
They gave it
we'll
to
give
her.
it to you. They gave me, yeah.
they actually gave you
Thank
access
you.
because they needed you to try to get to me or
Yeah,
something.
I was trying to
So
get
they're
a hold of
message
you, and
me. It was funny.
But regardless, thank you.
Suitcase is always ready for a cruise. I know. Well, the funny thing is, we left them back in Florida.
We did.
We didn't even bring them with us.
No.
I mean, we took the clothes out, but everything else we just left the bags there. So anyway, can we all say we all miss TMC? We miss both of you. Well, thank you, Mercrina.
We missed you guys
applause.
too.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
We appreciate that.
Yeah.
Yes, group cruise in 74 days. Who is ready for a group cruise?
Me.
Anybody ready for group cruise? If you didn't know, we've got a group cruise coming up.
Come join us November 8th, 2025.
There'll be meet and greets,
Parties,
pineapples.
ducks, and of course the live shows.
Don't miss our first ever group cruise. We'll see
you
you on the horizon. Well, there you go. If you didn't get that email and you still want to attend, it is tallmanscruiseadventures@gmail.com. Please send me an email. As I mentioned just a second ago, we are not travel agents, so we didn't book this to make bookings off of you guys, money. We just want to hang out with the Tall Man Clan.
We're gonna have fun.
We do have an agent that booked this for us. Her name is Kathy, and so if you want to go, as long as the ship is not sold out, I do believe it is not sold out, you can join us. But you need to do that quickly. So send me an email, and we will forward you Kathy's information.
We're going to have fun.
We are going to have fun. We also have a Facebook group page for those who want to join our Facebook group. There you just go to Facebook, search groups, and Tall Man's Cruise Adventures. However, and I don't have a graphic for it yet, we also have now sort of a public page.
We do.
Right? So if you go to group, all the Tall Man Clan out there, do us a huge favor. Go to Facebook and search out the public page. We want to start streaming live to YouTube and Facebook at the same time, but we need 100 people. And so we don't have 100. We just launched it a few days ago, and we've been piling content on there. So if you all could find that page and, I don't know, it's not subscribe, it's not like, it's not join because it's public, but whatever it is. What do they call that?
I feel like I searched Tall Man's Cruise Adventures and it was giving me the group page, and then I feel like I searched social media. And when
follow.
Yes,
follow.
You have to follow.
You got to follow. That's what I'm looking for. We need at least 100 followers so we can go live on that channel. So yeah, because we want to bring Facebook in here as well. So we've worked that out. So we now have a public Facebook page.
We do. So. It was hard for me to find. I feel like I needed to click videos to actually find it.
Yeah.
But it did eventually pop up.
Yep. So there's like 6 followers currently. So you'll know you have the right one.
Yes.
Like I said, we just launched it. So. Oh, so let's go back here. Let's see.
Group cruise.
Patricia says, "Yeah, I remember Pal was being a bit salty."
Yes.
Yes, we just haven't taken.
We
haven't taken it out yet. So
we haven't.
We'll be doing that when we get back and messing with. Again, we've turned the corner, right? For the past couple months, it's been pretty gnarly, especially the last 2.5 weeks. So yeah, we've been working like 16, 18-hour days. It's been rough. Haven't been able to think of anything. Anyway, Macrina says she's ready. Little One-on-One says, I so want to go. I know, Little One-on-One, we want you there.
Yeah.
Bev, Group Cruise. Ashley's ready.
Yay.
Ashley, Beth, Patricia, Mama, TMC, Mac. Where's the Max? Come on, Max. The Mac family. Macrina says, still cabins available. I know, right?
I believe there are a few.
Rise and Scavenger Hunt. Gonna clean up. I don't know. I didn't say there was going to be a scavenger hunt. Are you announcing the next group cruise before this cruise or while you're on this one? We will be announcing the next group cruise while we're on the first group cruise. So that cruise is November 8th. And so we will make the announcement to everyone who is on that group cruise, and they can make their arrangements to join the next one. And I'm if I'm able to do what I'm wanting to do, I'm expecting every single one of them people is coming back.
Right.
And when y'all who are not going, for whatever reason, we understand. We're not haters. When you see the replay, you're going to want to be there too.
Right.
So we're looking for big crowds for the second annual, right?
Yes.
This is not going to be just a thing. I just don't know what to tell you without telling you all. And I'm not telling you all because I want it to be a surprise. Even Mama Tall Man doesn't know. I haven't told her anything. Well, I've told her one thing, but she can't
She
tell
doesn't
anybody.
know.
She doesn't know anything else.
No.
Patricia's like, I need to dig out my suitcase.
Ooh.
Yeah, right? Woo, pre-booking discounts. I haven't worked out any of those details yet because we actually haven't picked the cruise yet. First things first, we have to pick the cruise we're going to do. And then contact them and say, hey, and see what happens after that.
Details.
Right? So a lot of the discounts, Macrina, come with the early booking because we're only allotted so many cabins. And with a lot of cruise lines these days, once that allotment is sold out, sometimes they will allow you more cabins, but generally not. And so you can still book and we can still move you into the group, but you're paying a different fee than we announced when we first announced the cruise.
Yes.
Like, like for this one, if an inside cabin was, $500 per person, when those $500 cabins were gone, my guess is it was up to $600 after that. So for those who book early, those are the ones who are getting the pre-booking discounts. Anyway, Mama Mac says, we're here now.
Yay.
What did we miss? Thank you, Macrina, for letting us know. I know this was, I apologize, Tom and Clan. We are exhausted. I got the show ready respectfully very last minute, but I forgot to post it in the Facebook group.
Yeah.
I apologize.
Yeah. He came in all panicked. I didn't post it.
Yeah, we're 4 minutes before going live. I'm like, oh my God, I forgot to put it. I'm so sorry. Maybe 5 minutes, but yeah.
I think it was more like 10, but
No,
regardless.
I don't think so.
No?
No, I don't think it was that far out.
All right. Regardless, it was last minute.
Yeah. So, I just, if you don't mind, guys, I want to talk a little bit about some of the disturbing trends, right? Because it's stuff that we like to do, why we do a live show. We want to get your input. Is it just me? Or is there a lot more death/overboard death, if you will, associated with the cruise industry than in the past? Or is it just potentially sort of the same, but now since news is so instant and readily available worldwide, we're just now getting to hear it in near real time? Now, there's an asterisk to this. Obviously, the industry has expanded dramatically post-COVID. And so with that expansion, everything also expands. So it proportionately, right? So, if there was, 1% crime, there's still 1% crime. But now instead of, 100,000 births, there's 150,000 births. So 1% is not 100, it's 150. So I want to know what y'all think. Is this is this how it's always been? Or do you feel, at least post-pandemic, it's much higher due to maybe a different type of clientele selling that never sold before? Because there's a ton of new people in the industry.
It certainly does seem like we hear more about it more than we ever did. And maybe it's a combination of the two. There's more people out there. But yeah, I think a lot of people did post-pandemic have issues and maybe contemplate suicide more. Not that I want to talk about that, but
yeah,
maybe it's a combination of the two.
I don't know.
I don't know either, but it definitely, you hear more about it than I ever remember hearing about it.
Yeah. Well, obviously the internet is an instantaneous sort of thing,
It is.
right? And there's a lot of news outlets, and of course, even just here with YouTube, there's a lot of people that report the news a couple times a week with Jason. There's a couple other channels that mainly do news. Of course, we bring it to you. We try to come on once a week, schedule allowing.
And you got to remember too, back in the day, if you wanted to talk to somebody shoreside, you had to, do the satellite phone
Yeah,
thing.
right.
You didn't have cell service
Yeah.
and things like you have now, and Wi-Fi and things. You just couldn't. We couldn't stream live for sure.
Well, and that's why I approach the subject, because I feel that because of the isolation that cruising used to present,
Mm-hmm.
that these type of things really didn't go announced.
Yeah, I think you didn't
It-
hear about it.
Because I don't think anybody's going to pay $350 to call home and said, "Hey, somebody jumped off of our ship,"
Exactly.
right?
Exactly.
And now, being based out of Central Florida, the local news in Florida do cover the cruise industry heavily
Yeah.
because it's a major business in Florida. But even then, I don't remember a lot of it. It's more about norovirus than anything else,
That's true.
right? Another ship comes down with the contagion.
They make it sound like you can't get norovirus anywhere other than a ship.
I know, it's
all doom and
crazy.
gloom.
Yeah. So I just, one of the things that brought this up to me was a comment a passenger left on John Hill's blog. And I'm going to read it. We sort of talked about this a little bit. It was about Hurricane Aaron.
Okay.
This particular passenger decided they didn't want to get on the cruise ship. Now, look, we're not the only ones that talk about these things, right? And I don't know if it's just because we've cruised a lot. I don't comprehend. But it is pretty well known that if you don't get on a ship for whatever the reason is, you're not getting your money back. Heck, in a lot of cases, you're not even if it's just a deposit and you cancel before final payment, you're not going to get that money back.
Right. A lot of the fares are
Non-refundable. And
Yeah.
it's very clear when you book, these are non-refundable fares. Anyway, so this particular gentleman, decided he wasn't going to go on the cruise because Hurricane Aaron and whatever. And so he posts on John's blog on Facebook. He says, "Trying to get an answer from you or the a-holes at your call center is like finding a needle in a haystack. Does Carnival give full refunds if we decide we ain't cruising while there's a hurricane out there? Hello, McFly. Hello, anybody home?"
Oh my.
And so I read that, and it just set off like a bunch of different things that I'm like, so is there not enough education out there for new cruisers? I've got to think that this person is new to the cruising industry and doesn't understand it. Now, naturally, that information is there if they just go look for it. It's actually on your ticket if you go and read it. The ticket
True.
that's 15 pages long, go read the fine print. It's in there. But the point is, these days, so many people have to be handed all the information.
Yeah.
So many people don't want to go and look at it their own.
Yeah.
I mean, even on this channel, we'll put out a video about something, and
Yeah.
instead of going and looking themselves twice or whatever, they'll ask a silly question.
Yes.
I'm like,
Yes.
I can't think of a specific example right now, and so I'm
I
not going to
can.
make one.
Room numbers when we do our cabin deck tours.
Yeah, I get that a lot.
Yeah.
You miss cabin such and such, or you miss cabin.
No.
No. So what that means is I have to go and sit, watch the video again, find where the video that cabin should be,
Yeah.
and then I hear myself call it. So I then go back, and so that it takes me. It's okay. It's not a complaint. Just I'm painting the picture, guys. Right? 10 minutes,
Yeah.
5, 6, 7, 8 minutes, whatever it is of
Yeah.
my time to sit down with this one comment
Yeah.
to find that they missed it.
Yeah.
And instead of them, now remember, for those who are new to the channel, we actually have deck plans superimposed on our videos when we release them, and the red dot's following me.
Yeah.
So you can literally look at the deck plan and see. Just bring the scroll the video back.
Mm-hmm.
That would have taken them 10 seconds.
Yeah.
Instead, it takes me 10 minutes.
Yeah.
That happens
All the
once
time.
every other day.
At least
Ish.
least once every other day.
Again, it's okay.
Yeah.
We answer all our questions, though, right?
Yeah.
And that's one thing that we do, at least at this point, as the channel continues to grow and, 17,000 turns into, 170,000, maybe I can answer all the questions. But ultimately,
But currently
we'll answer all the questions.
Yes.
We answer all the questions. But it just takes a minute to understand these things.
Yeah.
And so,
But they don't want to do the work themselves. They want to have it handed to them.
yes.
Yeah.
That's at least in this. And then there's, the stupidity of the parent letting their child crawl up
Oh my goodness.
on top of the end table there
Oh my
on the
gosh.
balcony.
I can't even imagine.
Do they think their child's going to bounce if they fall overboard?
I can't even imagine.
No, let's see what people say or saying
Yeah.
about this. And then we'll move on to the child.
Okay.
Because I just... Macrina thinks, it's more because of mental illness and drunken, but more ships and more published. She thinks both. Okay.
Yeah, I think it's a little bit of both.
Tom's like, I blame cheap railings. You know what's funny? In no cases in any of the stories that I've seen about people going overboard has there been mention of a broken rail.
No broken glass, no broken rail, nothing mentioned like that.
The things that we
That
have
doesn't
seen,
mean it hasn't happened that way, but I've never heard it mentioned.
we have heard of broken glass, but not in relation to someone overboard.
No,
Like
that's
Royal
correct.
Caribbean's had some of their glass stuff break recently.
Yes.
So anyway,
Yes.
Little 101 says the demographic is constantly changing and more is being seen than any. Yeah, because everybody's got a camera.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, actually, that's what Tom says. Everybody's got a camera now. Yeah. Yeah, we're just hearing, Ashley says, we're just hearing about it more due to social media, more news outlets, etc., in addition to cruising becoming more popular. Yeah, I think it's all of it combined,
I think it has to be.
right? The cruise industry is expanding, so there's more
people.
berths, more people.
Yep. More
There's
first-time cruisers
way,
than ever.
way more first-time cruisers than ever that don't understand things. And so everything is expanding. So
And a lot more social
yeah.
media.
So the 1% in my example, which used to be 100, is now 150.
Yeah.
And then to Ashley's point and several others, Tom, the addition of cameras being everywhere, social media outlets, again, this channel as well. The news is ever so much in your face and relatively instant.
Yeah.
If something happens, I mean, we've been on a ship with an incident and went live
We have.
with it
Yeah.
while it was going on. And so, because thank you, Elon. Elon Musk, Starlink,
Starlink.
allows that connection.
Yeah.
Anyway, Roderick says, it's the second theory as of real time. However, I think it might be a combination of both. Yeah, I think it's a combination of both. Yeah. I'm leaning towards the combination of social media and the type of cruisers. Okay. Tom's like, drink packages?
Well, there's always that
yeah.
too. Some people can't handle their liquor.
But Tom, let's just think about this. Drink packages, when the cruise industry really first started implementing it, they were unlimited.
They were.
Now it's limited to 15, which
Yeah.
to me is still a lot, but that's just me. I know there's people that drink that every day, but to each their own. But I think 15 is more than enough to be completely inebriated for most people.
More than enough for me.
Not everybody, but most people. But yeah, back in the day, I don't know. But as I mentioned, how would you know 15, 20 years ago?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, you'd have to wait for the ship to come back in. And
You'd have to wait for it to get on the news
Yeah.
or in a paper,
Yeah. Exactly.
right? And now it's
Now
right
it's
here in
right
your living room,
face. Yeah.
And Tony says, hello, McFly. If you don't want to cruise in a hurricane, don't cruise this time of year.
There's that too.
Yeah. Yeah. It's and it just could be because we've done so many cruises. And I'm not just talking about recently, but even prior to this. Cruising during hurricane season doesn't bother us. Yes, we pick a cruise prior to our channel. We've always picked cruises based upon destinations.
Yes.
Because we want to go here, or wherever it's going. We pick it for a reason. But we've
been
never.
diverted. We've been
Yeah.
diverted. And I don't ever remember us saying, "Oh, my entire cruise has been ruined."
Yeah.
I don't ever remember that.
No.
It's safety first.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
100%.
Hmm.
So, I just, yeah. But you're right, Antonio. If you're afraid of a hurricane, don't book June to December.
Yeah.
Roderick's like, Robert, folks, do not read the contract. Well, I know. Well, that's the point. Everybody wants it handed to them.
Yeah.
And I get that more than most because we're at the front of having to hand people a lot of information, right? And so we try to be as clear as possible with stuff so I don't have to go back and watch videos counting the numbers. But at the same time, people want an answer.
Yeah.
And they want it given to them.
And we're a very I want it now society.
As opposed to going and look at the funny thing, even with our RV channel, someone would ask a question about an RV, and I don't have the answer. I myself actually physically have to go look for the answer to turn around to answer the question.
Yeah.
Which they could have already done instead of waiting for me to get to it. But it's the same thing with the contract, guys. It's in there, all the fine print, and a lot of it's not fine print. It's written there. It's plain in English. Plus channels like this and many others. And I know we were just speaking to somebody recently who hasn't been on a cruise, or hasn't been on a cruise since high school.
Okay.
Anya.
Okay. That's right.
And she's going on an NCL ship.
Yep.
And she's like, I think I've watched every video that has ever been put out on this particular NCL ship.
Yes.
And it's like, I've already been on vacation.
Yes.
But she's also, tips and tricks and, all those things that you need to know about cruising. So that's why are not enough people watching the content that we create for new cruisers. Right, not just us, but the other people that have YouTube channels that create tips and tricks videos. Is do we have to create more?
I don't know. And I think there's a certain group of people out there who are so anti-social media that they would never even consider looking at a video.
That's potential.
I think there's that group of people as well.
Well, that's potential.
Yeah.
And maybe those are the ones that leave these kind of comments.
But they're on
McFly.
social media, so it can't be.
They're on Facebook.
They're on social media, so it can't be them. I don't know.
I don't know either.
I don't know.
Roderick, I 100% agree with you, buddy. I'm not going to lie to you.
Yeah.
Goodness says, I remember the 80s. A ship-to-shore call was $15 a minute. I called my future husband, and it cost me $75. A lot in 1988 to spend for anything on a cruise.
Yeah.
And his receptionist put me on hold.
Oh, no.
Kathy P's like, people. I know, it's crazy. According to Google, there was an average of 19 overboards per year between 2009 and 2019. 2023 had 10 alone in just 2023. Wow. There's a contract? Oh my God. Alex wants to know any updates regarding the cruise industry fight ban list. I haven't had a chance to look into it. We'll try to look into it. Well, you know what? I'm not going to lie to you, Alex. It'll probably be after we get off the Star. Maybe I'll try to Google it tonight to see, where the numbers are, if there's any numbers posted. I don't even remember. You know what? Hang on. Let's just do it right now. We're instant gratification people.
Right? We are.
Cruise.
That's a good question, though.
Cruisebandlist.com, I think was the site.
I think that's it.
Well, it helps if you spell it right, you moron. List does not have a D in there. Cruise band list invalid SSL certificate.
Well, that's a new one. I've never seen that pop up before.
Yeah. I spell something wrong again? Does it have to be www?
Yeah, we may have to wait until after
Yeah,
we come back from Star of the Seas.
It's actually not coming up.
If his fingers are not typing correctly here.
Yeah, it's not coming up. So I'll have to look into that, find out what's going on.
Yeah, good question. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Bumbles bounce, not children. Come on, parents.
Yeah,
Bumbles
weebles
bounce.
wobble, but they don't fall down.
Children
Yeah.
do.
Yes, children do.
Little 101 says, kids on rails sounds like another way to get rid of them.
Oh man.
Right?
Yeah.
Just saying, bad parenting.
Yeah.
What was that joke you read today? So
Did I
there's
read a joke today?
so there's this, or it was a post. So this guy in a parking lot, he's just finished shopping, is walking his way to his car with his groceries.
Yeah.
And just, a few aisles away was this guy, with this kid in tone just screaming at the top of his head. The kid was. And the person that had been shopping looks over, and the guy pulling the child sees that he's looking over. And the guy says, "This one's mine. I'm not stealing them." And then before the guy could reply, the guy then turns around and says, and just know, what did he say?
If I was gonna take one, it wouldn't be this a-hole.
Yeah.
The screaming kid.
Right? Oh my
Yikes.
God. Right? No home training. Yeah, we I mean, it just reminds me of some of the stuff we've just seen for the last, 10, 11 days, rolling around on the floor, no shoes, right? I mean, I can't say a ton, but it just, it's just a lot of.
I'm a Florida girl. Barefoot outside. But, when I'm in a building, I always put shoes on when you go into a building.
Yeah.
I mean, I just, that's just what you do. At least that's the way I was brought up. You go barefoot outside, shoes on when you walk into a public building. A house, I mean, that's a different thing. You wash your feet before you go in, but
yeah, but this not just a public building, but this, was public space. It was an event.
yeah.
And,
A child rolling.
Yeah,
literally
yeah.
rolling. Yeah. It's
Green
kinda-
says, so my comment on ship to shore calling, how cruising has changed regarding publication of news then and now. Yeah, it's 15 drinks, I would be asleep until debarkation, right?
You and me both.
I'd be in the hospital for alcohol
Yeah.
poisoning.
Oy.
More than 2 drinks, I would be stumbling for sure, right?
Mhm.
Absolutely. Just because I had the drink package and ended up in the ladies' room doesn't mean I can't handle my liquor. They need to change the signs from blue to gray, which blends together. Just saying. We were somewhere recently where the women's room, the way the sign was for the women's room,
Yes.
depending on which way
If
you were
coming from this way, you didn't see the WO,
It was
and it
hidden.
looked like men's until you turned the corner and you're like,
walked in.
oh, yeah.
Yeah.
People are yelling, "Excuse me."
There's a lot of men in that women's room.
That happened all the time.
If you forced me, I could maybe do 15 drinks on a 7-day cruise. Combine them all. Yeah, when we were in the yacht club, and that was a 7-day cruise, right?
We could have done the 15 on a 7-day, I think, because we had
Combined.
combined.
We had one a day.
well,
There was one day where we had a couple.
there was one day, when
But
we
still,
had a
we didn't
couple.
even get to 15.
No,
They were free.
they were.
Yeah. That's,
Yeah, that's true.
yeah.
Okay, you're right.
Only 15. Yeah, right. Oh, God. Here it goes. 2 days and my package is paid for. God. Tom says, I got stuck on an island 3 extra days because their ferry boat squished somebody in Tokyo. Ooh.
Oh no.
Oh, that's rough.
Oh no. Yeah, that's awful.
It was during a hurricane. He says.
Ugh.
Yeah. I don't have a drinking problem. I drink, I get drunk, I fall down. No problem.
I've heard that before.
I can't walk straight sober.
Me.
Robert, you should show McFly your Jim Cantori video on how to handle hurricane force winds.
You love that video, don't you?
Yeah. I don't.
That was awfully funny.
It was funny.
Do we even know where that is?
No, I don't. I have no idea. I got this one. Yeah,
It's got to be close.
yeah, that one wasn't it. Oh, we're opposite.
Yep, we sure are. Don't look. You'll get dizzy.
Yeah, right. I'm not. Yeah, I don't know where that is. I was gonna try to find it for you, but
You know, you're just going to have to label that one because he asks for that frequently.
well, yeah. It's not that it's here or gone. It's just
Finding it.
it's been deleted,
Oh,
right?
has it?
Well, yeah.
Oh, okay.
When I'm done with a show, it gets deleted.
Okay.
There's a couple that I keep in here, but that one I'll have to go find. It's probably even off the computer,
Oh, okay.
so I'll have to
I'm
find that
shocked.
one.
I would have thought you would have kept that one and
Yeah.
deleted the other one.
I don't even know what. It's crazy! What the heck? Oh my God! Going for shelter! Holy crap!
Had to have it on there somewhere.
I've labeled it.
I knew you had
There you
to
go,
have
Antonio.
that.
Antonio, are you actually on the group cruise? I haven't gotten I gotta ask Kathy to send me the list.
Get an updated list.
Final payments have been made.
Yeah,
so.
we have no idea.
I know you decided to come back on, but anyway. Macrina, I have a falling problem, not a drinking problem. In 2022-23, I fractured both ankles 9 months apart because apparently once I became over 50, I can't walk without looking at my feet.
Oh my gosh! Yikes!
I'm getting stared down at WN by my fur baby. He's got his.
Oh well, it's time to go then.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
On the group cruise, asked my son about the little kid in Pittsburgh Civic Arena swimming on the soaked wet bathroom floor. Ew, yeah.
Oh, you
Yeah,
know.
we'll do that. I can't even want to see you. Hey, Carol, how are you? Good to see you. Welcome to the show. Well, on that cruise, which was my first cruise, I ended up in the ladies' room 2 times. The second time I ran out fast as I could, and the lady by the door was like, wasn't going to say anything. And I said, wasn't trying to get to that point. 5 was my highest daily total. Was asleep by 6 p.m.
Yeah.
Remind me not to walk next to you on the group cruise. That's Macrina talking to Ashley. Thank you. We'll see you tomorrow. Maybe come on with us tomorrow, Roderick, while we're driving.
Yeah,
That'd be some fun.
absolutely. Thank you.
Help keep us awake. Robert looks like he is flying on a broomstick. Right.
Right.
I'm going to have to overlay that with the Wizard of Oz music.
With
You
the
know, when
Wizard
she's
of Oz.
on the broom.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I have to
there
find
you
that.
go.
You're going to have to save snippets for the best of shows. Y'all are going to have to find the snippets for me, y'all. You know, these broadcasts are, hour and a half, 2 hours long. I don't know where the snippets are. Oh, yeah. I have no idea. Hang on. Suck it! Yes. Antonio, are you on the group cruise now? Yeah. Macrina might need you to catch me, right? Yeah, don't worry. We won't let you fall too far. Maybe down just one flight. I will be there for the nightlight. Awesome.
Thank you.
All right. So, well, just did that thing again.
Your screen's going nuts.
Yeah. We haven't had snack time. Everybody get your snack ready. Get the snack music. Where's the snack music?
You know what we're having? Popcorn.
so true, seems so true. You drive me crazy like no one else. The final moment before I lose myself. And it's no use working 9 to 5 if you want more than to stay alive. So come on over, we can make it through. Take my hand, I know just what to do. On the beat, keep dancing through the night. Stay up until the morning light, the morning light. Oh, so come on over, we can make it through. Take my hand, I know just what to do. On the beat, keep dancing through the night. Stay up until the morning light, the morning light. Oh, the morning light. Oh.
Well, there you go. Snack time. We want to know what you had for snack. Leave it in the comment. We want to know what you had for snack tonight.
Yes, we do.
We had a popcorn.
Mm-hmm.
It's time to like drive, right? We told you we're heading back to Florida tomorrow. So part of that is planning food accordingly so that we are traveling with the least amount of weight from the bottled water to anything else and food and whatever. So snacks have been eaten but you know, we eat popcorn anyway. The last time I think we had chocolate chip cookies. Yeah, they're long gone, by the way.
Oh, yeah, totally.
I probably still have some Oreos though. Oh, Oreos.
Oh, my.
Little one says Facebook is about to have a lot of snippets, right? I pressed the horn for you. No, you're not touching my buttons. I love this song, right? We all do, right? That's why it's the official, unofficial theme song. You're starting another new job? Okay, well, next year. We'll see you next year. We all need horn buttons, right? Cookies.
Yum.
I know. Ooh, little one-on-ones having popsicles tonight. Nice.
Ooh.
Robert, you going to film during some of the group antics to tease for next year? We're filming everything. Yeah, we're going to have, man, we're filming everything.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Every angle. Elaine says, y'all made me thirsty, so it's blackberry lemonade. That's been talking about alcohol made me thirsty.
Ooh, blackberry lemonade.
Got my water.
That sounds
grape
good.
water.
I just have tea. Blackberry lemonade.
We actually broke down and bought some alcohol. Well, root beer.
Oh, yeah. Not your father's root beer.
Yeah. Did we talk about that the last time?
I think we did.
Did we?
Pretty sure.
We've had one.
Yeah.
The rest will.
That's how often we drink.
We've had it for a month now. We had one. And that was just like a week ago. 5 days ago.
Was it?
Yeah. We'd had it sitting in there forever.
Well, I know it's been sitting in there forever.
Yeah, we just had one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway.
I don't remember.
Patricia says, Macrina needs a new plank buddy. Right?
Yeah.
I know. Antonio had to back out.
Yeah.
Tom says,
sorry, Antonio.
backed my scooter into the door over the fridge and broke that on the Forenzi, and I was sober.
No.
We've seen a lot of people sober in carts do some crazy things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We sure have.
Some of the events we do, they'll rent scooters to people that have mobility challenges that may not always be in a scooter, but walking long distance is tough. And
It
so,
is,
So they rent
yeah.
scooters. But if you're not used to being in a scooter or a chair, you don't know the subtleties of that scooter or chair.
No.
And, you might be going forwards when you think you're going backwards or vice versa, and
Or
bam!
you might take off at full speed and you're not. Yeah.
And instead of letting go, you just hold on for dear life and it's still going and
Yeah.
plow through people.
We've seen some stuff.
Kathy B's like, snacks! I just got done with dinner. I know you're on the West Coast. I'm so sorry.
Oh.
So what you have for dinner?
Well, dessert?
The funny thing was we just had a snack, but we haven't had dinner yet either.
No, we haven't.
We've got spaghetti tonight.
Yes.
A bit of Italian going on.
Oh, yeah.
God, we should have done the garlic knots too, or we don't have any left, do we?
I do, but, we were initially thinking.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's all right. Yeah.
Yeah, so I didn't plan for that.
Group cruise is going to be hilarious. Can't wait. Oh, I know, right? Definitely will be. Blah, blah, blah. I had some homemade root beer from the Geek Con this weekend. Oh, nice. Yeah. This is literally, it's called Not My Father's Root Beer. I found it years ago. It is very dangerous because it tastes just like root beer. Yeah, we were talking about this last time because
We
somebody
were.
had,
Yeah, it's got a
And-
high alcohol content.
but,
Yeah,
but
it
we-
sneaks up on you.
we can't find it anywhere.
No.
Not that we look for it, but
there's only a few states that I think
seem to
have
carry
it.
it. But
Yeah,
anyway,
Yeah.
but we saw it. We're like, oh, I saw it. I got to get this.
yeah,
And since we drink so little, we'll have it for the next, I don't know, 6-8 months, a
we
year.
will.
Like that. Can I choose my plank buddy? Sure.
Why not?
Do you need help drinking the root beer? we share it.
We
I
share
already have
one.
help.
Yeah, we share one.
I don't think they'll let me bring it on the group cruise, Danny.
Probably not.
I haven't decided yet if I'm getting the drink package yet or not. We're not. So you can be the
Yeah.
designated cruisers. You're the DC with us.
There you go.
If I have Scooter, that means I will be drinking more.
Yikes. That scares me.
Tom's like, I've had 3/4 a bottle of vodka and rum for over 12 years. Yeah, we've got, I don't know what's even up there because it's been that long since we've opened it, but the little cabinet over our refrigerator is where all the stuff that we've had since,
Before we got married.
and it is all still there.
Yeah, he had a small selection. I had a small selection, and yeah. I don't think we've been into it.
No, we haven't touched it.
Yeah,
It's got like
there's like vodka.
28 years of dust on there.
It does. Yeah, there's stuff up there that we just have never drank.
Right? He's like, I need some of that root beer. Oh, that root beer is
It's
good.
good.
Ashley's like, Texas carries it. Have you tried
Do
it,
they?
Ashley? It's really good.
It is good. And sometimes Aldi has their version called, I think it's called Big Brothers root beer. It's pretty good too.
Ooh. Kathy B said she had homemade sloppy joes and salad,
Ooh.
dessert, thin mint cookies in the freezer. Calling me. See, there's your snack. You're after dinner
Nice.
dessert. Yep.
I don't usually like thin mints, but you put them in the freezer,
Oh,
you might
they're
have me with
good.
that. Yeah. There's something about
Ooh.
really icy cold chocolate that I like.
Ooh, that's good. I
Yeah.
like chocolate any
Yeah.
kind of way.
Yeah.
Don't like fudge, but I like chocolate.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
I know, same. I think fudge is just too sweet for me
I
or
don't
something.
know.
I don't
Yeah.
know.
Everything except sake, right? Yeah.
Yeah. I miss my sake.
Thanks for bringing that back up.
And you know, I
Missouri has it
saw,
too.
I followed the Villa V, and they were in Japan, and they posted pictures of
Them
them
drinking sake.
I'm
Oh,
like,
so mad. They're drinking our sake.
TSA drink our sake. I know they did.
Ashley says, I have tried it, but it's been a while though. Yeah, it's good.
Yeah.
We like it.
Yeah.
It's dangerous because it doesn't really have an alcohol-y flavor, and
Yeah.
but it's got a very high alcohol content. So
Yeah.
for those who don't drink like us, it's very dangerous. So if you guys came in here late, the news was the first part of the live show, and then we've just been talking about some of the stuff in the news. And do we feel things are getting out of control, or is it just that there's more cruisers than there ever have been before, and the news is more instant? And I think the general consensus, at least in that part of the story, is that it's a little combination of both.
I agree. Yeah.
There's more people not as savvy. They maybe have not researched enough themselves about things to do or not to do or whatever. But in the end, there's just more people.
and there's social media, which is instant, even
Yeah.
on a cruise ship these days.
Yeah.
So yeah, I tend to agree.
Yeah.
Tend to agree.
I want to know what you guys think about the NCL lawsuit. All right. I know there's a lot of people on here now that weren't on when we talked about the story, but there was NCL a year ago had some passengers on there. They went to Bermuda, and they went to a place called Horseshoe Bay, which is a very popular destination there. It's a little beautiful inlet with beautiful clear blue water. It was off season, so there weren't as many lifeguards as normally would be during season. Now, mind you, this is a beach on an island. It's not a private beach. It's not owned by NCL. It's just a shore excursion to a destination in Bermuda.
What I wasn't sure about was the shore excursion, was that an NCL shore excursion? It has to be, since
Well, they were offering it
they were
on their-
offering it through their,
NCL, and so but it's just transportation
Mhm.
essentially,
Mhm.
right? You know, the bus, a van, or whatever takes you to the beach, drops you off, and then comes back and gets you later and take you back to the ship. Anyway, in this particular case, on this day, there were some rip currents going on, and unfortunately, the father passed away. And the saddest part was he passed away trying to save somebody else,
Yeah, that's tough.
right? And so his
That's
whole
tough.
family had to watch this. And it was because of rip currents. Now, being in Florida, we experience rip currents a lot. It is very well publicized.
Yes.
So, the question that I want to know from you guys is it the cruise line's responsibility? Or are they just barking up the wrong tree? Right? It should have been more the responsibility of the local establishment there. I don't know if it would be city or county, because I don't know how the Bermudan government works, right? To post signs about rip currents, this, that, or whatever. It's not the cruise line's responsibility to post signs about rip currents.
No, and I know that they made a point of saying that it was listed as a non high activity excursion.
Well, it isn't.
No, swimming. I mean, it's relaxing on the beach, but I tend to think that you've got lifeguards out there, and that's kind of what a lifeguard is there for, is to let you know if there's to raise the certain colored flags if
Right.
there's rip
Well,
currents,
again,
or if there's
That's what they do here.
that
What do they do there?
yeah, that is very true. I don't know that.
You remember being from Florida, we're very well,
We're
we're
very
taught that
used to
growing up,
that, yeah.
right? Going to the beach, their rip currents happen,
Yeah, exactly.
and they will kill you,
yes.
right? If you don't know what to do in a rip current.
Yes.
Rip currents are scary. Essentially, you just go with it. Let
Yeah.
it take you.
Let it take you
it'll
until you
eventually-
don't feel the pull.
It'll eventually release you.
When
It's
you
not.
don't- yeah.
It's not pulling you under.
Yes,
It's pulling you out.
Yeah.
And more people generally drown from rip currents because they fight it,
Yes.
and then they get tired, and then it pulls them under.
Yes.
Right? But generally, you just let it take you out.
And
and
just
it will-
kind of swim
It will parallel,
to the shore until it
releases you, and then you swim back in. Again, this is what you're taught. This is a child in Florida, things to know about if you're a beachy sort of person,
Yeah.
right? So obviously, these people are not beachy people,
Obviously not.
and they didn't know. So whose responsibility is it?
Yeah.
Is it the cruise lines? As sad as the story is, in my opinion, it's not.
I think they're barking up the wrong tree. I don't think they have a case to stand on, because it is a natural phenomenon. It's not something that the cruise line was misdirecting them. I don't feel. I mean, I'm not an attorney. I have no idea, and especially in another country, I don't know what the
Yeah.
laws are there. But I mean, yeah, that's a tough one.
Right?
That's a tough one.
Yeah. I don't know. What do you guys think?
Yeah, let us know.
Here we go. Missouri has it. Danny said, talking about the Not Your Father's Root Beer.
Oh yeah.
Missouri has it.
Oh yeah. Nice.
Peach sake. I forget what flavor it was. It was a fruity thing,
Oh,
like
it
an
was a
orange or
fruity
something.
Citrus.
Yeah.
Yeah, citrusy. Oh.
Antonio says if
it
you
was
like
good.
chocolate, then next group cruise should be MSC.
Oh.
Yeah.
They do have a
We-
lot of chocolate
we
on
do.
MSC, and it's really good.
Chocolate. No, that much
Yeah.
chocolate. You like pizza too, and MSC's got great pizza.
MSC does have really good,
Good
pizza. Mm-hmm.
I bought sake up many times. I've brought up sake many times, yes. I have a bottle of liquor from St. Martin from 1988, never opened, and a bottle of Assis Spumante from 1990. My future husband gave it to me as a gift when we met, never opened it. And you still have it? You didn't smash it? What's up, Ozan? How you doing, buddy?
Hi.
Good to see you.
Yeah.
It's been a while. I have a slew of moonshine, many different flavors. We actually tried some recently.
We did.
I've never-
We
I've
had a
bel-
couple of different flavors.
Yeah, I've actually never tried moonshine before. There was somebody we had met that a couple different flavors.
Yeah, they
One
were
of-
parking in the RVs next to us, and
Yeah.
we just all hanging out one evening, one
Yeah.
pleasant evening.
Yeah, one of it wasn't bad. It just needed to be cut at a great flavor, but it was really strong.
Yes, one of them. Wow, was
I forget
really
what
strong.
it was. Yeah. Anyway, but
Yeah.
tried moonshine
Not
for the
too
first
bad.
time.
Yeah.
A little sip. I mean, just,
Tiny sip just to wet my lips, and that was
these
it.
guys are like,
They were.
Like,
I can't believe
I'm like,
that.
I just dipped my tongue in. Got a little, like, lap it up like a dog. One little, and I was, okay, that's good. I just, can I get my pinky in? Okay, that's good. Anyway,
Yeah.
that was about it. The cruise line needs to staff lifeguards if it's a cruise line excursion. Okay, so let's just decipher that for a second. Cruise lines themselves, generally, meaning the Carnivals, Royals, NCLs of the world,
Mm-hmm.
they themselves don't do any excursions. That's not what they do.
Yeah.
They are contracted, or they have made arrangements with local tour providers.
Yes.
Right? And so if that local tour provider, says, well, we'll charge you 40, they charge, then the cruise line would turn around and charge you 80.
Yeah.
That's their upsell. That's how they
Yes.
make money on excursions.
Yes.
This is not rocket science, okay? I'm not, pulling the veil off and, telling you all something that's not really just a common sense kind of thing, okay? But they didn't create the excursion. It's not theirs. And in this case, it's a beach. The excursion is a vehicle that transports you from the ship to the beach. It might as well just be a taxi, right? And then back. And maybe there's some highlights. I don't know. The point is, they didn't create the excursion. Macrina, if they did, I would agree that if it was their excursion,
Yes.
to keep something from like this happening, they should have one of their lifeguards there. But it's a public beach,
Mm-hmm.
right? We disagree. I don't think the cruise line should have sent lifeguards because it's not their excursion. It's an excursion from a company. An excursion is really a bad word. It was just transportation to the beach.
I didn't read the whole thing, so I don't know what the excursion was. But
Transportation to the beach.
okay, thank you. Well, there you have it.
Tom's like, I almost drowned on NCL pool, no lifeguard there. So sue the blah, 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 blah.
Well, see, now that's a little
That's
different
different.
because that is on an NCL ship.
Right?
And that's not a public beach.
Right?
That the government or the county
Local
or the local
municipality.
municipality has hired lifeguards.
Yeah.
That is a public beach. So there
Correct.
is a difference there.
But the other thing is, too, how do you know today's going to be a rip current day?
You don't. You don't.
Right?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Whatever. It's just like the weather. Not something that cruise line can control.
I agree.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Agree 100%.
Mm-hmm.
Danny says, the dog will bark up any tree that has a lot of leaves. That's true.
That is very true.
I would think the government of Bermuda's got way more leaves than NCL.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Just saying. But I don't think they were named in it. At least the article I read didn't say they were named in it.
Mm.
Ozan says he's drinking tea. All right.
I am as well, but mine's cold. Yours is probably hot.
Hot, yeah. Moonshine means extra hair growth.
Wait a minute.
Maybe I didn't have enough. Yeah. I guess I just didn't have enough. Yeah, Tom. Yeah, always through the deepest pockets. I understand. Yeah, but the lawsuit has to stick, right? So
Yeah.
I'm sure when it gets to the judge is going to read this and like, yeah, dismissed.
Yeah, I'm thinking
I
so.
just don't think there's any liability there. I don't know. But neither of us are attorneys.
We're not.
And that's obviously the attorneys that these people hired thought there was something there. As tragic as it is. I mean, but these days, everybody looks to point the finger at somebody for blame.
Yeah.
There's no blame. This, in this case, is just a horribly tragic accident. This gentleman there with his family did a heroic thing
Right.
and went on his own to save someone else. And then he himself succumbed to the rip currents and drowned, because of which.
Yeah, that's horrible. No matter how you look at it,
Yeah.
it's horrible. It really is.
So, and that's to me what the judge is going to look at. He wasn't even out there on his own just frolicking and got whisked away. He voluntarily ran into the water
To try and
to
help
save somebody else.
Yeah.
That's not the cruise line's fault.
Yeah.
And again, horribly sad. Horribly sad. Macrita says, agree. Let me clarify. The cruise line needs to have the tour operator have enough safety procedures, i.e. lifeguards. I still feel it's a gray area because I don't even, we call them excursions because you book them on a cruise line, but it's literally a taxi that takes you from the ship to the beach and drops you off. An excursion to me would be, okay, there's somebody going to be narrating. They're going to take you here. They're going to show you this. They're going to go somewhere else. Going to show you something else. I mean, it's more of a guided process where maybe the beach is a small part of it. In this case, I believe it was just a vehicle to the beach and then back. It wasn't part of a bigger thing.
Gotcha.
Right? Like, for instance, there's some excursions that have had some problems in the past. Water tubing in the caves. And if it has rained, it's kind of turbulent. And there's some people that have drowned with that. Now, this is more of a high-risk, high-end type excursion, and there are lots of notices. In fact, you have to sign a waiver to do it, right? But those are actually led by people
Yeah.
with safety gear on and all this stuff.
Yes.
This is not that. This is no different than you going down to your local beach, right? And you choose to run in the water to save somebody, and then you drown because of it. Whose fault is that? Sadly, it's the person that, it's your fault.
Yeah.
You chose to run in the water to try to save that person. I mean, I'll be honest, I bet a lot of you listening right now would have done the same thing.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I agree.
Right? I mean,
I agree.
we all,
We all want to help for the most
help
part.
and aid, right?
Yeah.
So I'm not saying this was a bad person at all whatsoever, but I think we live in a time where when something goes wrong, we look to point the finger at somebody to make the pain go away. It's your fault. I don't think there's anyone at fault here. It's just a tragic accident.
Mm-hmm. Oh, definitely a tragic accident.
Yeah. It's kind of like if you go on an excursion to see monkeys and the monkeys bite you, is it the cruise line's responsibility? I absolutely, Antonio, I 100% agree. That is a great analogy, right? Just everyone sighed on caution, went away from home, and overly excited to have fun. Yep, accidents and unforeseen occurrences happen, unfortunately. Yeah, right? It's no different. This was some time ago we reported in news. I forget where it was, but there were two young kids. They were on a four-wheeler, and they were riding, and something happened to the four-wheeler, and the gentleman who was on the back, who was the best friend of the young man driving, died. And the driver is being charged with homicide because of it, or whatever it is. Not homicide, but whatever it is. Manslaughter. They're on an excursion. They were it was like 17, 18, 19. Young men. It was an accident.
I remember that. I don't remember where that was, but yeah.
It was in the Bahamas.
Was it in the Bahamas?
I don't remember. I don't want to say where it was. But I don't know if y'all remember the story. But again, it was another cruise excursion.
Yeah, it was.
Right?
Yeah.
People rent scooters all the time and get into accidents on cruises. I mean, it's, guys, like I said, don't leave the common sense at home.
Yeah.
Right? But yeah, I think it's just, I think they're barking up the wrong tree and there's nothing there. It's just sad. And that's sad in itself.
Yeah.
I don't know. Unless their lawyer shows the poop cruise video.
Oh my.
That's a different story, Tom.
Mm.
Yeah, Horseshoe Bay is a public beach. Brother Robert, wherever your new destination is Istanbul, Turkey, I will host you at my home. Awesome.
Aw, thank you.
I'm not British, but that's okay. He says, my home is always open to the British. All right, then. Well, I don't know. I can't do an accent. Sorry.
That was horrible.
Was there active riptide advisories / warnings? Again,
That we don't know.
unknown.
Yeah.
We don't know how. But either way, it's not NCL's job to post advisories about local conditions that change by the hours.
Right.
That's the people who manage the beach,
Yeah.
not the cruise line, the people who manage the beach.
Yep.
And Tony, you should ask Mama Tall Man what their title is. I have royal lineage. Mama Tall Man's probably sleeping.
She might be.
Lady Lisa. I think that's, is it ma'am? Is that, no, lady.
It's
Yeah,
lady.
lady. Yep, no, that's correct. Yep,
Yeah.
Lady Lisa. That is correct. It's not sir, it's Lord to you, Antonio.
Oh my goodness. Lord Robert and Lady Lisa. Lord and Lady.
LTM. Lord Tall Man.
Oh my goodness.
Not. Agree. It's not close responsibility. Yeah. If the answer was yes to either one, not NCL's responsibilities. Yeah, I just don't know.
Yeah.
I'd love to be able to tell you that one way or the other. But either way, it's not NCL's beach. You know, if this was, you know, on a private island,
On a private island, that might be a different story.
it's their responsibility to provide the
Yeah.
lifeguards.
Yeah,
Because it's their
exactly.
private island. It's their beach. They manage it and maintain it and staff it.
Yes.
It's a public beach. So it's the responsibility of whoever manages that beach.
That's my thought.
Yeah. Antonio says, you've been royal for 2 minutes and already gone to your head. No, I've been royal a lot longer than that. We just never told you.
Royal pain. Love you.
You know, I can mute you know. On Princess, my son's title was Master.
Our daughter's was Princess.
Yes.
Oh,
Princess.
Yes.
Yes.
Master. Nice.
All
Love
right,
it.
y'all. I think we're going to get out of here.
Yeah, I got some spaghetti calling me.
Yeah, we got to pack all this stuff up. 'cause
Yeah, we
it's going on
do.
the road.
On the road again. Yeah.
Yep, we are heading back to Florida so we can get on the Star of the Seas.
Yes.
So the next time you will see us live, we will be live on the Star of the Seas.
Will we?
Yes.
Next time they see us. Oh, next time they see,
See
us.
us.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yes.
Our next live will be next Sunday,
Yes. Okay.
right?
All right.
And we'll be on the Star of the Seas as long as their Wi-Fi's working. I don't know if it is or not. Tom says they collected the money, makes them an agent. They share responsibility.
Okay.
All right.
All right. I can go along with that too.
In the past, I've been called Poppy. Yeah. Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, we do next Sunday. Tomorrow night. We're going to be live tomorrow night.
Oh, that's why I said they're not. They'll see us.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, because tomorrow you're
You'll
just going to
see the
the road. Oh my God. Yeah, that's right. It's the Mad Cow. Sorry. Yes, the drive video tomorrow, yes. For those coming in late, we are currently in Ohio. We're in our RV. If you're new to the channel, we full-time RV. So we're not in a cruise ship, we're in an RV. And we're on the road working, and we're finished here in Ohio, and we're on our way back to Florida. And occasionally, we do really silly things like turn the camera on and stream our 1,000-mile drive live. We're going to do that tomorrow night. So make sure you hit the subscribe button, become part of the Tall Man Clan, so you get hit the notification bell. Ding! Right? So you know when we go live. And we're gonna drive tomorrow, and we have all kinds of fun when we drive. We talk about all kinds of silly things, but what's real neat is just y'all being there and keeping us awake as we drive the 1,000 miles. And,
I agree.
and the goal, if we can stay awake, if we can't, we'll pull over if we feel it's dangerous, if we're getting too tired. But the goal will be to drive until we actually hit Central Florida. So it'll be probably around an 18-ish hour, I think, stream. Actually,
no, we can only do 12.
yeah, we'll have to stop around 11 and a half hours and
Yeah,
then
and then the
pick it right
second-
back up again
Yeah.
to do the second half. Yeah.
Yeah, YouTube doesn't like streams longer than 12 hours.
That sucks because if we leave around like 6-ish, that means we have to stop at around 5:30 a.m.
Mm-hmm.
The sun's just coming up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, maybe we let it go.
Well,
Yeah.
we could stop like 4:30 or something,
I
and
don't
then start
know.
another one because we still, if it's 18 hours.
Yeah, but for those who have it
Ish.
on as a nightlight, they'll go away.
Oh, gotcha. Okay, I'm
it'll
with
cut
you
them
now.
off, right?
I'm with you now.
Right.
Yep, that makes sense.
Right.
Yeah.
Ozan says, by the way, Princess Lisa, but she doesn't have a Prince Charming, and we need to bring the horse from Turkey. When is our yes, embarkation is Sunday, if I remember correctly.
I believe so. Yes.
It's like I said, we've had to sort of, and I know sometimes guys just maybe don't. I don't think you guys get it, but when we're out here doing what we do, there's a hard line. I mean, we don't think about cruising at all. We just don't. We talk to people about it that we run into, but it just because we're so ingrained in what we have to do, we are just 100% focused in a completely different direction.
We were talking to Mama Tommy this morning, and she asked which port did the ship leave from, and
I
we're
have
like,
no idea.
I don't know.
I think it's Port Canaveral.
It is, but we're still not sure. We haven't looked
Yeah.
it up yet.
So,
We know it's coming up, and we know we'll get there. Just not sure where there is.
yeah, I'm pretty sure it leaves Sunday.
I'm pretty sure it leaves Sunday too. I don't think it leaves Saturday. I'm pretty sure it's Sunday.
Thank you, Antonio. We're in Ohio. Believe it or not, we're actually pretty close to Indianapolis.
Mhm.
We're almost in
Right
another
across the
state.
line.
Yeah. Southwest corner. Actually, are we sort of in the middle, but west?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah.
We're close to Indianapolis. We really are. Yeah, lots of snacks and caffeine. Oh yeah.
Definitely.
Yep.
Definitely.
Nothing like counting dashes for 15 hours. Danny's going to be late to work on Wednesday.
He's got to count all the
Why were
lines
you
in
late
the
to work?
road.
I've been counting dashes all night. What? Never mind. Yes, Macrina, I should be able to be on. Awesome, Ashley. Good to see you. Yep, until tomorrow. Awesome.
Yes.
We'll try to pop in. Awesome. Thanks for visiting. Absolutely. Yeah, we've been here for a month.
We have.
Yeah,
yeah.
we've been here for a while.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay, we're ending it. We love you all. Peace. You know what the drill is, right? We don't have to go home, but we got to get the... Oh, that's not right. Dang it. God, I hate when that happens. I hit the button in the wrong thing, and I looked at the last second. That kind of sounded because I would have cussed.
Did you get crickets again?
No, those are the crickets.
Okay.
But I was about to do this. Because I'm an idiot. Okay, you know the drill. We don't have to go home, but we have to get the out of here. Peace. Take 2.